Oh, that was attractive. Hey guys, it's Friday, it's Project Life Size, and this is a really fun topic. Let's rock and roll. So from beginning to end, this is going to be a really weird list. There's a lot of different songs, and let's just go with it. When I was really young, I'd say probably 7 or 8 years old, my drunk ass stepdad, and I think we all had one of those, the only thing I pretty much liked about him was the fact that he had this really neat collection of music. He blasted as far as the volume would go, and my mother absolutely hated it. There were some bands I really liked that he'd listen to, and it was all classic rock. But one artist that particularly stood out was Elton John. And when I was probably 7 or 8 years old, I would sneak into the living room when he was sleeping on these giant headphones, which were very much like these guys here, and I'd lay down on my belly and I'd listen to Elton John and B.B. King, The Doors, until I got bored of listening, and I would lay there for a good couple hours. But the song that I'm talking about is Yellow Brick Road. And the song kind of followed me throughout my whole life. It's just a great song, and I'm sure everybody's heard it. So I went ahead and put links at the bottom for everybody to hear. The second song is by Natalie Merchant, and it's Wonder. Now, there was a stage in my life, I was probably a preteen or a teenager, very early on, where I would listen to angry chick music and a lot of Alanis Morissette, a lot of Sarah McLachlan, and a lot of Natalie Merchant. And Natalie Merchant had a song called Wonder, where she talks about a girl with, the doctors can't figure out what's wrong with her. She's a creation all of her own. And it was just a very inspiring song for when I was younger. I didn't have anything medically wrong with me, but I was, a chunky gal, and it empowered me to just push through my deformities, as it were. The next song is Half Jack by the Dresden Dolls, and this song was a really powerful song. It is a powerful song, and the minute I heard it, which, was some years ago, but not as early on as when this song is significant for. I was a young girl, probably 13, 14, 15 years old. I didn't get along with my mom. There was a time when she was going through some rough times. There was just a rough time between me and my mom where she may have gotten involved in some drugs, and it got really uncomfortable, and I had to leave. And I had to break up with John, and I dated John in high school, and I had to leave school, and I went to go live in California with my dad. And this song, Half Jack, explains a lot of the feelings of confusion and hurt and fear that I felt when I was that age. It was just a difficult time in my life, and I think some if not all of us can relate in some way or another. So when I moved to California to live with my dad, John and I tried the whole long distance dating thing, and it just really didn't work out, and we did have to break it off. And the song that is next is by a band called Teitur. I think that's how you spell it, Teitur, and the song is called I Was Just Thinking, and it's such a beautiful song about losing hope in a long distance relationship. And if you've ever been in a long distance relationship or can relate in some way, you really should give that song a listen to, because it's just beautiful and it breaks your heart, and it's just wonderful, and the video is really cute too. But it was just a very trying time for me and John, and yeah, it was just hard, really hard. The next song is a song you're probably familiar with. It's by REM, and it's called Losing My Religion. And if you have ever felt like you lost anything, you lost your mind, or you lost your way, or you lost your religion, or you lost your sense of self. This song, REM's Losing My Religion, was significant to me because it was at a time in my life where I was losing a whole bunch of things. I lost John, and I lost my mom, and I lost my religion, and I, lost a lot of things, and I was experimenting with a different track on life, and it was very scary, and I felt like, it's now or never, Shannon, and the spotlight's on you, and you've got to do something with your life, and you've got to make some changes. And so I made those changes, and I broke up with John, and I left my mom, and I left my religion, and I started to develop a new sense of self. And while I did lose a lot of things, I did gain a new perspective, and it was wonderful, really and truly wonderful. The next song is from U2, and it's Still Haven't Found What I'm Looking For. I kind of burnt out on everything. Like I said, I lost a whole bunch, and I just had a hard time finding what I was looking for. I really honestly felt like I was running through a field only to find what I was looking for. And the song really is an emotional song for me, just because it expresses that feeling of running and running and running and not finding what you're looking for, and being so weary and exhausted and worn out. So the next song is Lucky by Jason Mraz and Colby, and this song is actually played at my wedding, and it's pretty significant. I had moved back to Arizona, and I had gotten back together with John, and I had gotten a job the day I moved back to Arizona, and I had gotten to be a part of Project Life Size, and I had mended the relationship with my mother, and my mother was clean and completely off the drugs that were ruining our relationship. And I was just so lucky. I was lucky to be in love with my best friend. I was lucky to have my mom back. And I was lucky to have made a life for myself. And I was lucky to have the friends that I had that helped me get back on track. I was lucky to have my best friend Brent, who drove me back down to Arizona. I was lucky to have all of the wonderful support that I had. It was just a wonderful time in my life, coming back and everything being new, and getting to have John back. And the next song is a really, really, really important song, and it's John Legend's Ordinary People. And it talks about the different ups and downs in a relationship, and how we're just ordinary people, and we don't know which way to go, and maybe we'll just take it slow. Being flawed as an individual, and making it through life, and being with your partner, and the relationship being flawed because you're human, and how you work that out, and how strong you are as an individual and as a couple and as a team, making it out of difficult circumstances. It was really significant in a rocky point in John and myself's relationship when we were getting serious and living together, and how we overcame that. And it just reminds me that we are ordinary people with ordinary problems, and we're just flawed. We're just human. We're just flawed. The next song is a really important song also. It's by Band of Horses, and it's a song that Meghan sang at my wedding, which is the Mary song. And I don't even need to explain why that song is important. It's just wonderful. Every time I hear it, I think of marrying John. So, yeah. The last song on the list is the current and pretty much overall anthem to our newfound sense of strength and courage. It's Not Afraid by Eminem, and yes, I know all the words, and yes, I can rap them. But literally, this song is strong and fearless and admits that he made some mistakes, and he's back, and he wants to focus on his family, and he wants to focus on his career, and he wants to be a better person, and he's not afraid, and he's looking forward. And it was just really significant to how John and I are feeling about moving to Wisconsin and about our future together as the Matters. And it's just a really, really strong song. I mean, literally, the song says, "'Cause the way I feel, I'm strong enough to go to the club or to the corner pub and lift the whole liquor counter up, 'cause I'm raising the bar." And I mean, it just reminds me that I've, you know, I'm moving forward, and I'm doing awesome at my job, and I'm raising the bar, and John and I are really looking forward to a wonderful and exciting and, yes, challenging, but we're not afraid, life together. So that's my list, you guys. Thanks for listening, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.